Hey, how is everybody? I'm about to cleanse and bless our space, and I picked up a match, and look, it's a Gemini match. The twins. Haha. Sorry, I'm a dork like that. All right, let's hope it lights up. Oh yes, let's do 2. Double the power. All right, I hope everybody is well. Okay. And we're about to get some beautiful messages. And so let's clear our space, clear our thoughts, and ask the divine to come in, bless our space. And these are on fire. Okay, here we are. All right. Just cleansing our space, cleansing the cards, cleansing ourselves. Asking for our guides, our angels, our ancestors, right? Into our space for divine guidance, protection, and messages. Let's call in Archangel Michael to protect us from any ill will through thought, word, or action, to myself or the viewer, and so it is. All right. Aw, first card out is the Empress. Just sitting back, enjoying her berries, her babies, and her bunnies. The 3 bees. Fool card. All right, talking about, like, you know, embracing the newness of things. Like, there's been a lot of purging, there's been a lot of separation, there's been a lot of walking away from things, there's been a lot of, like, letting go of old mindsets, as well as people, places, things, and focusing on the new mindset, focusing on, like, what you want to bring in. We have a new moon coming up, and so I feel like this is about, like, being in alignment with that energy. Okay. And, you know, taking that leap of faith, like, knowing that, like, no matter what you do or where you go, like, you're good. All right. Like, you're good. And having faith in that. We have the sun at the bottom of the deck. So this is really, like, hopefulness, as well as, like, positivity and just that love and light. And, like, you have big energy. All right. And just accepting what comes with that big energy, like the responsibility of it, the accountability of it, and not everybody loves your big energy, and that's okay, right? That's for them to deal with. And I figure I find this is for myself too, is that, like, I know I'm not for everybody, and I know when I show up, like, it affects people in ways that they probably don't really see or have any awareness of. And so the projection is, like, on point. So, you know, if that happens to you, just know that, like, it really is more about them than it is you. And it's hard to kind of, like, deal with that sometimes, but it is what it is. We have the Magician. Okay, so this is you really working with those skills that you've learned and the tools, like all the divination tools, and, you know, just the different parts of yourself that you've learned about and have mastered. Okay, because the Magician is about mastery. Okay, it also is like what's happening in the now. Like, you're very, like, focused on going with the flow and staying in the present moment. Okay, that's what this is really about, or this is advice to focus on the present moment and not worry about all these outcomes. Okay, yeah, we have the Emperor and we have the Empress, both flagged. They're both flagging the Fool and the Magician. So let me ask a quick question. Hang on. All right, so this Emperor is a divine counterpart. And so what they want you to do is, in order for this to kind of, like, it's going to happen, all right? It's divine timing, okay? Is to just focus on being in the present moment and not worrying about who this is, where they live, what they're doing, when they're coming in, how they're going to come in. Like, don't worry about it, okay? Because I feel like it's going to be, because also, like, the Fool's, like, about spontaneous, kind of like just like jumping off the cliff and being like, I know I'll be caught kind of energy. All right. So I feel like this is going to be like a magical kind of kismet kind of thing. Or it's like the divine is like, just, we've got this. Don't worry about it. We've got this with the magic, the magician card. All right. This is also about you being balanced in your energy, like the masculine side of you and the feminine side of you. Because you do need both in order to like be in this magician energy. Like the magician is, you know, has mastered their energy. They know how to yield energy. They know how to like work with, you know, all the elements and alchemy and stuff like that. I mean, alchemy can be taken in numerous different contexts, but yeah, okay. They're like, nope, this is about a relationship. So this is the Two of Cups. Soulmate, all right? Soulmate energy. Or just a partnership, like someone you're going to do business with, or nope, it's love. We have the Lover's card. This is a love reading, y'all. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. This is coming in, man. This is coming in. I mean, how often do you see a reading where you have the Empress and the Emperor on the first line of the tarot cards, and then the next line is the Two of Cups and the Lovers? Like, you don't see that ever. Okay, so this is confirmation for myself and for many of you. Then we have Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So this is like, because of the transformation, this is redemption for you. Okay, yeah, this is good karma. Wow, thank you. This is beautiful. High Priestess energy. A lot of us like intuitively know this is coming, but we don't know everything. And it's because they want it to be a surprise. They want this to be, you know, you can't know everything, but it is coming in. All right, the Chariot, it's on its way. Okay. So if you're looking for, you know, some sort of time frame, is because the High Priestess also represents like higher knowing, higher wisdom, higher calling, spiritual leadership. It also represents like there's secrets, there's things unknown as well. And then there's also things that like the High Priest or High Priestess can and cannot share. All right. We have the Chariot. So this is victory and success. So this union will be victorious and successful. And it's on its way. Queen of Swords energy. Ace of Swords energy. Dang. Swords are our air sign energy. Tower. Just wish fulfillment. We have Nine of Cups. Wow. Okay. Queen of Swords. All right. And then we have the Ace of Swords. All right. So, and then we have the Tower, and then we have the Nine of Cups. All right. So what this is telling me is that because you know your value and worth, and you will not accept anything less than what you deserve, and you protect your energy, and you communicate, and you are your most authentic self, you are very much protected and guided, and you have the clarity and insight needed to, you know, make major changes and transformations. Okay, you have experienced this, and you know, because you've done this work, okay, on yourself, this is coming in. It's a wish fulfillment. And so it's almost like this is like a wish granted, if you will. Okay, a wish granted. So in other words, this is like confirmation of your hard work paying off, right? Yeah. Okay. Which is beautiful. Yeah. Wow. I know, I kind of feel like I don't need any more cards. I feel like this is enough. Yeah. Yeah, and he went through quite a bit to get here. Okay, let's not forget the path, but let's not stay on the past path. Like, the path is the, what's that phrase? The means, right? Like, it's, the path is the catalyst for the journey kind of energy. So just have fun, like enjoy yourself, like do things that like bring you joy. I have someone who's like a stalker here with the Page of Swords. And it's not this divine counterpart, by the way. It's people from the past. Let them watch. I mean, who cares? Yeah, you know, because they are stuck and stagnant and haunted by the fact that they are with this third party and now have a soul tie with this third party. And they are tormented. And that's why they watch you. Okay? So let them be tormented. Let them deal with their own creation. All right? Yeah, I just saw the Queen of Wands. You know? Yep. Strength. They admire your strength. You were very strong to choose yourself and leave a situation that puts you in a third party. Okay? And caused you nothing but emotional duress. Well, now that's what they're experiencing, is emotional duress. Okay? So, you know, they worked with a community to try to take you down. And so that should tell you how powerful and how blessed you are. All right. And we talked about your light. We talked about the Sun card and how like your light is so powerful that it takes many to try to take you down. And they still didn't succeed. Okay. They did not succeed. All right. And so I feel like that's also a reminder that like, regardless of what was done, you still remained like compassionate. You still have some sort of forgiveness for them and for yourself and for others. I feel like this is also like humbled energy, humility. And so, you know, just remember that like, you know, life is hard enough on its own. And for you to be humble about what you've experienced and what you're going to experience going forward, okay? And there's no gloating, there's no showboating, there's no, I'm not saying don't be happy, you deserve to be happy. But just remember, like, everybody goes through tough times and everybody learns really hard lessons and people make mistakes, and to be humble and understanding and have compassion. All right. 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. This really talks about like regretful energy and like, you know, feeling the sense of loss. You know, and then, you know, really, really being forced to kind of look within, because like, you know, like sometimes we have to find the happiness and love for ourselves first before we involve other people, right? And oftentimes, you know, because you know, we don't really have that full cup of love for ourselves, that self-love, you know, it results in the sense of like trying to find it outside of ourselves, which leads us to emotional duress and abuse and pain and all that goes along with that. So being compassionate and having forgiveness for those that, you know, may or may not have the strength that you do and the ability to kind of push through what you did push through. All right. So yeah. Yeah. And this is the end of a tough cycle. This is, you know, endings, bringing in new beginnings. And this is also like everybody has to learn something. Okay. That's why we're all here. And we do it through experiencing things with other people. Okay. And so this person is learning a very difficult lesson, or these people are. And so, you know, you can't teach them that lesson, okay? Understanding that, like, there's other people that they had to engage with in order for this lesson to kind of be experienced, if you will. But just know that like you are no longer going to be experiencing any kind of lessons from these people or these situations. That is done and over with, and you've learned what you need to learn. You've gained the knowledge, and therefore, you know, you have the blessing to continue to move on and, you know, learn new things with new people and having new experiences, okay? And focusing on that future, okay? What do you want to bring in? What are you manifesting? All right, so focusing your energy on that. And, you know, just know that, like, the scales will be balanced, okay? Like, what you endured at the hand of others, you know, is definitely understood. And, you know, and the same goes for them, right? Like, they're going to be held accountable, but it's not for you to judge, okay? You are not the judge, jury. The divine is. And so they're kind of just like, let us handle it in the best way that we know how, because we know better than you. We know what lesson that these folks need to learn, whether it's in this lifetime or another one. So it's kind of like outside of your control, okay? I'm getting like they want you to surrender it, okay? Surrender and let it go. Okay, so things will be balanced. You know, and then I also see this wheel, and it's like, what goes up must come down, right? Like, so, you know, you went through a difficult time and now you're on your way up. Well, they were on their way up celebrating your pain, right? And thought they were successful, and now they're on their way down. Okay, so it's like everybody kind of experiences something along the wheel of life, okay? And experiences. And as we navigate through the sections of this wheel, you know, we're gaining wisdom and knowledge through that process, through our experiences with other people, okay? And some of these are contracts, right? That you signed up for before you even were born into this world. All right, so understanding that. As a result, you know, you're able to be on your own and be independent and know what's for you and what isn't for you. And maybe before, you know, you had other influences that may not swayed you a certain direction, but now you're like, okay, I'm back on my path. I'm back on my journey. I'm back, you know, knowing that I am worthy and I have high value, and I'm not going to let anyone take that away from me ever again. Okay, regardless of what attempts that they make. And I feel like, you know, you were stronger, more independent because of all of this. And I feel like that was the major lesson for you, okay? And that's self-love, of course, okay? Yeah. King of Cups. Someone is seeing you as very independent, okay? Someone who is emotionally available. It doesn't have to be a water sign. You know, usually when I see the King of Cups, it really represents, you know, someone who's emotionally mature, okay, and, you know, also knows what they want and also has gone through a lot of the lessons as well. So just knowing that, like, you know, this is also you, not like, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, which, you know, really talks about like, you know, very independence. Like, it took a lot for you to gain the stability and be this grounded and, you know, manage your emotions as well. I feel like you have emotionally matured as well through this process with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Cups, okay? This matured you in a lot. And you had to leave a lot of people, places, and things behind, right? And that took a lot of emotional strength and maturity, okay? I feel like you like no longer hang out with the same crowd. You no longer have the same friends. You no longer do the same things. And it was as a result of you choosing you, and you no longer people pleasing. All right. This is you giving yourself that love instead of everybody else around you. Okay. Yeah. And you know, this is balance. All right. This is Earth Angel energy. And this is just like being in two worlds at the same time, being in the spiritual realm as well as the physical realm, and having that balance between the two. So it's like you go and you gain this wisdom and knowledge, and then you bring it down and you anchor it in, you apply it to your life. And sometimes just because of who you are, you share it with other people and just existing. You don't actually have to do anything. You don't have to have an account. You don't have to share readings. You don't have to do any of that. It literally is just you being on this planet, your vibration, your frequency. Okay, that's enough, right? I feel like a lot of times we're like, and I go through this too. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. You are enough. You've always been enough. That's the lesson. You know, and if you want to share that enlightenment, you can, right? But it's not required. Just you existing is enough. Just you showing up. It's interesting, like I did this reading, like the first part is like in this section, and then the other section of it is over here. I didn't go on top of the cards this time, which I find interesting. I want to just kind of scan the whole rows because they're all organized. You'd be proud of me if you saw this, to see if there's some other things I need to pick up on here to share. Yeah, it's very fascinating how this stuff plays out, really. Yeah. All right. There is, but I'm just gonna, I feel like I've already kind of touched upon it. Yeah. And then we have the Hierophant. The divine is showing up. Okay. Showing up and showing out. You know? And whenever I see the Hierophant, I think of the divine plan. Okay. And you guys got confirmation. The divine plan, like, they see it all, they know it all, okay? And I feel like nothing gets by them with the Seven of Swords. Like, Seven of Swords can mean a couple different things, but it's about like personal development and responsibility as well. That's what the sevens really stand out for. But I feel like, you know, yeah, I mean, look, okay? Someone is not getting away with the behavior that they have exhibited up until this point. Like, the divine has seen it, they're on it, and, you know, this is heartbreak, betrayal, deception, third-party energy, and, you know, the Knight of Wands really talks about, like, being that player in and out energy. You know, it's almost like telling you what you want to hear, but not being able to back it up. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which really talks about like playing mind games, all right? And it's like manipulation, okay? It's sexual energy manipulation, and it's mental manipulation as well. And so I feel like whatever they dished out, they're receiving, and that is their justice. And the divine is on top of that. Okay, so if you're wondering about that, that's what's going on right now. I feel like that's part of their karma, like the Wheel of Fortune and the justice that's being played out right now. Your advice is to just kind of like stay to yourself and protect your energy. If there's anyone that's kind of coming back towards you or calling you, texting you, hitting you up on social saying, oh, I miss us, blah, 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 how are you? It's a no, right? It's an absolute no. You have something far better coming in, okay? It's divine love. It's what you wanted this whole entire time but never received. And so, you know, just know that, like, that's your justice and that's your karma, all right? You know, good things are worth waiting for with the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is usually, like, that slow knight, that one that, like, thinks before acting, plans things out, like, considers all the factors, is very logical, grounded, secure, and doesn't like jump and take action on things without thinking through them first, isn't over emotional and unhealed and kind of playing with people's minds or anything like this. This knight is very like solid, all right? And I feel like, you know, good things are worth the wait, okay? Good things are worth the wait. So just chill out, chillax, chill out, chillax. That's it. That's it. That's all I got.